Decided that you should eat a big bag of dicks.
Oh, maybe that.
Completely covered in dicks. If somebody
A
said I'd
big
eat every
bag,
dick
right?
until the beach was clean for liberty, I would say no problemo.
Why would someone put penises all over the beach?
I don't know.
That's like the full teaching load.
Maybe that's why. Okay.
All right.
Tallywhacker. Take notes, Madam Speaker.
So I've
Team.
made an executive
No tallywhacker.
decision.
Take
By the
notes,
way,
Madam Speaker.
hey everybody,
Team.
welcome back to Nothing Yet Live. I am the Jake.
I am your Ms. Parker. And we didn't get to it the last segment, but one of our sponsors is
Hope Craft CBDs. Jackson Tyne and Tammy Tyne are constantly out in Crawford Ranch, Colorado. Constantly out in Crawford. And that is such a mouthful.
and they're constantly.
You know what
out
else is
there.
a mouthful? Hope Craft CBDs. Jackson Tyne and Tammy Tyne are constantly working on improving the sustainability of their farms. They care about the environment. They care about climate change. Most of all, they care about you.
Hopecraft CBDs is more than 11 years in the making. They make salves, tinctures, massage oil, and delicious candy. And we want them to make with the lube. So visit hopext.com. That's HOPEXT.com.
And a promo code STFUJ for theoretically up to 30% off. Tell them to make with the lube,
Make with the lube.
the dog treats, and the bubble gum.
Yep.
Seems pretty easy to me.
I
All
think
right.
so.
What do you got to tell me about this, Captain?
Well, I've made an executive
this
decision. This is
obviously a gigantic
incel.
intellectual. Oh,
it stands for
incel.
involuntarily
Sorry,
celibate.
I thought it stood for intellectual.
And he's getting fucked off in both ears.
Sucks
and
to be me.
Alito, I've made an executive decision, is Dick of the Week.
De facto, son.
No vote required. My vote counts for 50 this week. So he is on the
It doesn't
chart.
make you a hero. It makes you an asshole.
And the SCOTUS's, it will be a long time before we get some new dicks, because those 5 SCOTUS's are permanent members of the Dick Squad.
No tallywhacker. Look, no tallywhackers were involved in the making of this incident.
Okay, so we have video, thank you to Stephen Colbert, of these 3 douchebags in committing perjury.
And first, we have a Geico commercial.
Yes.
We gotta love a Geico commercial.
Yeah.
15% on car insurance. Look, how long before I stop getting ads for shit that I'm not buying?
Yeah, how long do you have to go without buying shit before they stop sending you the freaking
Let's see
ads?
if she can do it. There she goes. Look at that. Hold that line.
Okay, here we go.
Precedent that has been repeatedly reaffirmed, and that's not my opinion. It's the opinion of these clowns.
Roe versus Wade is an important precedent of the Supreme Court.
Roe versus Wade clearly held that the Constitution protected a woman.
Roe versus Wade clearly holds, until I change my mind, the decision that women should have the right to choose.
I am only just a mere uterus that was put up here by President Trump to lie my ass off.
Well, something tells me that thing dried up a while ago. So, I mean, why should it bother her?
That's true. She doesn't have a functioning uterus.
Right to terminate a pregnancy.
The Supreme Court of the United States has held in Roe versus Wade that a fetus is not a person for purposes of the 14th Amendment.
Oh, really?
That's the law of the land. I accept the law of the land.
And here we go.
The crybaby himself. Before we get to that, but the idea that it's like that. Who is it? Alito says like. Alito says like. Sorry, I gotta compose myself.
It's hard to talk about.
This thing was.
Dicks.
I mean, he's about to say that this is settled law. Alito, I mean, I don't understand how we got to this point. We talked to Grandpa Kush and his decades of warring against, people trying to take away women's rights, all to be undone. It must be like, it's so frustrating. Like, I thought we were past this.
Settled as a precedent of the Supreme Court.
Wait a second, so Kavanaugh was talking out of his ass?
In Da news,
Again, like, if you guys don't see that they will do anything and everything they can to stay in power, like just whatever they have to say. You heard Kavanaugh cry, right? Gorsuch is like, shit's settled, right? Like,
Amy Coney Barrett read her lines to get the job. She didn't stutter. Fucking gender traitor.
50 years. Like 50 years. 50 years. If you're a woman and you're not upset about this, then your man is filling out your ballots for absolutely
That's
sure.
called election fraud,
Yeah.
by the way.
For sure. Like, absolutely for sure. If you're down with this, like, come on, what woman out there hasn't been like, oh my God, I am not having this douchebag's baby? If you tell me a woman, like, the level of that you're just like, oh, I'm a man. What woman wouldn't want to have my baby? Well, guess what? Millions.
Here, men, I have a message for you. I've said this many times, and I'm going to say it again. Men complain. I've heard men, particularly conservative men, who say, well, what about men's rights to choose? Why don't men get to have a say in whether a woman has an abortion? Well, okay.
And you're going to say, I get it. Look.
No, I'm not. I'm not done yet. Your reproductive rights. And you have reproductive rights. You have a choice.
It's called not fucking a skank.
It's called not fucking, period. Or do it in the butthole.
Follow your own advice.
Do it in the butthole. Yeah, keep it in your pants.
Be abstinent, right?
Republicans
known for their level of abstinence. Known far and wide, let's say, for their level of abstinence.
Well,
their ability to control. Republican men are known for their ability to control their dick.
Well, the thing is, their dicks often go in other men, so technically they are exercising. Yeah, they're exercising their reproductive rights by not having vaginal sex with men.
And my Carson Mathorns. I'm passing Cawthorns.
So men, listen to me.
Uh-oh. All right, I'm out. Because I don't listen to women. I tell them to shut up.
Yeah, and then you get peed on after the segment.
Don't pee on me again.
So you have reproductive rights. You have a right to choose. You have a right to a vasectomy. You have a right to a condom. You have a right to keep your dick in your pants. But the moment you stick your dick in a woman's vagina, you are signing on for her reproductive choices.
Now, I don't agree with what she says necessarily.
Oh, really? You want to play devil's advocate?
I'm going to play devil's advocate.
Okay, go for it.
Nope, got nothing. Sorry.
Didn't even have to look in his pants to say, I have a dick. I guess that's really not my issue. Because that's usually what he does.
Look, there's nothing better than a handful of drunk old white men telling women what to do with their bodies that can't end in a great way, right? I mean, it has to end up perfectly, right?
Of course,
Absolutely.
of course. And you know what? If you take away a woman's right to choose, you know what happens? Abortions end, right? No more abortions. Am I right?
Yeah. No,
that's how you end abortions, is you make them illegal. That's it. Yeah. It works so well with drugs.
My brother was born slightly before Roe v. Wade, and I was born slightly after. Guess which one my mom wishes she could abort?
Well, there's a thing called retroactive abortion, and you can, apparently in California, you can do it now.
850th trimester. I could abort my brother if I wanted to, but I'd rather him live his empty, meaningless life. Seems
death is too easy.
Death is too easy.
Especially when you're murdered, then you're a martyr, right?
Death got to be easy because life is hard.
Yep.
It will leave you physically, mentally, and emotionally scarred. Words of a great poet, 50 Cent.
Okay. So I just wanted to talk about the NBC News. It has an opinion piece about Alito's decision. 8 legal reasons to dislike Justice Alito's draft opinion on abortion. It overrules decades-old.
Only 8?
Well, they're pretty powerful 8. I'm sure we can all
Okay.
come up with our own.
I'll come up with a couple
Um,
during the break.
The opinion claims that the right to abortion is not deeply rooted in our nation's history and tradition.
Well, they didn't have a lot of abortions in 1778. Well, maybe they did. I don't know. But it was probably just shot in the face and thrown in a ditch.
Yeah. Yeah.
They wait
My
till
mistress,
after the baby is born. Kill the mom and the baby.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You wouldn't want to just kill the mom while she's pregnant. You got to wait till the baby's born.
Right.
Do it like
exactly.
Jesus would like it.
Until the latter part of the 20th century, there was no support in American law for the right to obtain an abortion. Zero, none. Alito thereby
Well, no shit. Really?
claims that there is no historical basis
Not a lot of coat hangers in 1785,
for
right?
a right to abortion. Oh, but there were muskets. Even assuming Alito did not distort the
Gin and
historical
stairs.
record, some cherry-picked law office history, the pejorative term historians give to the error-prone historical analysis.
Also, cherry seeds. Apparently, according to one right-wing politician, you don't feed cherry trees to your animals because they're
Okay,
full
just
of
a
cyanide.
second. Rights can be stated at different levels of generality. The right to homosexual sodomy is a narrow formulation. The right to choose your intimate partner is a broader formulation. Stated narrowly, as Alito did with the right to abortion, the historical record may not support the right. Stated slightly more broadly, it becomes more obvious that the right is deeply rooted in our nation's history and tradition.
Look, you get what they're talking about? They're talking about issuing you rights. Dude, I got all the rights. Like,
You're
I
just
have the
taking them
right.
away.
You literally, you guys, like, imagine if I used my powers for evil. Like, you guys have given me the right to basically do literally whatever I want. I'm not tall, but I'm moderately white, and I am an upper middle class dude. Like, I could literally get away with murder. I mean, Trump said it, right? Like, I could literally get away with anything. So this idea that
You'd have to cover it up pretty well.
the rights are in my favor, but the idea that the government can do anything other than restrict your freedoms is you're wrong in that respect. It's like, and now you're talking about restricting the freedoms of fully half of the population of our country.
Okay, so this is ultimately,
And you got women, for some reason, there is a single woman on board with this. There is lots of them. I don't understand how. Maybe their husbands are filling out their mail-in ballots. The only time Republicans are down with mail-in ballots, I guarantee you, is they're mailing in their wives' ballots, man.
okay, we're getting to the end here. I'm not going to finish this. So,
This is such a long conversation.
yeah, it's frustrating.
This is a long conversation that we shouldn't have to have right now.
The right to make medical decisions is deeply rooted in our nation's history and tradition. So, as previous Supreme Courts have noted, is the right to bodily autonomy as well as decisional autonomy, such as the right to make major life decisions like whom to marry and whether to have children. So, is that what you're coming for next? You're going to tell us who we can marry? Do I have to marry
I'm sure they would like to.
This
Yeah,
asshole?
me.
Somebody going to compel me to marry this asshole who interrupts me constantly? Fuck no.
But no, I mean, look, Ben Shapiro, guys like Ben Shapiro, guys like this incel, right? Like that. I don't know what to say. Like, if you guys don't, this is the thing. That you guys, you guys, and by you guys, I mean you on the right, you're railing against government overreach, and yet you're literally cheering the fact that the Supreme Court is about to take away so many women's rights to do what they want with their bodies. Ben Shapiro, how would you like it if I told you, like, look, just be gay like you are? Right?
How would you feel, not Ben Shapiro, but I'm speaking to the few number of straight men who are Republicans, how would you feel if the government decided that you could never have sex again?
Look, what if they told you you had to be a cuck without being willing?
That's what happens anyway. But what if it was legally mandated that your wife could fuck whoever she wanted and you don't get in?
That would just scare the shit out of you, wouldn't it?
It's called rape, dude.
I think one of the principles that people just tend to forget about, which is the proper
You
role
guys
of government.
said
The proper
this.
role of government is to inform the public, but we believe in the United States of America about self-determination, that we get to make those decisions. The
Yes.
government can help provide the information. They have a Centers for Disease Control, but there are lots of diseases that
Fox mother news, son. Saying that. Here's
So-
Fox News. Here's
the
Fox
principles that people just tend to forget about, which is the proper role of government. The proper role of government is to inform the public, but we believe in the United States of America about self-determination, that we get to make those decisions. The
Yes.
government can help provide the information. They have a Centers for Disease Control.
Fox News mic drop.
Who is that?
That's Fox. I don't even care. That's Fox News. That's Fox News. This is them.
The guiding beacon of the Republican Party.
And
Fox
they're all
News.
cheering right now.
They're all cheering because the
Oh,
government
semen is tight.
the government did probably the biggest flex they've done in 50
And you guys are talking
years.
about taking away rights, talking about taking away gun rights. Dude, are you all like, dude, you're wrong. You're so wrong on so many levels. It's so easy that it frustrates me. It seems like I should have a challenge taking down your argument. But in the end, I realize you have no argument. Your argument is, it's just in one breath. Like in one breath. In one breath, you're like
Principles
this.
that people just tend to forget about, which is the proper role of government. The proper role of government is to inform the public, but we believe in the United States of America about self-determination.
This is your people that are taking away your self-determination. You don't even see it. You guys are just on board. Well, whatever. I'm on board. I'm doing what I say.
Well, he's the reason that at least Gorsuch.
I don't even want to
is here.
discount this guy's an incel, right? Like he is willfully usurping the rights of a large portion of the community that I care deeply about. And yeah, Gorsuch and Kavanaugh, liars.
Coney Barrett, fucking gender traitor.
Robert Kennedy, right? Is it no John? Who's the
I think it's Robert Kennedy.
Robert Kennedy? Dude, you're a failure to your name. First of all,
Yeah, he's not related to any of them.
I know, thank God. But like, you want to know who leaked, son? What do you get? You're upset about like people getting into your business?
You're upset that the
Wow.
people paying your salary
Are all
want to know
you're getting
what the fuck you're up
Robert
to?
Kennedy, you're upset that people are getting into your business and deciding ahead of your schedule what they should do with their lives? Oh, well, how does it feel? You fucking bastard, man. A bunch of bastards. And I don't even know where to go with that. I mean, all right, we'll be back in a moment.
Palate cleansers.
Palate
We got
cleansing.
some pastor on
Collective
pastor.
frickin' sigh. Like, good God. It's so simple. It's literally effortless for me to get past this. It's like this. That's it.
I think one of the principles
I
that
am the
people
Jay Tyler.
just tend to forget about,
I am
which
the
is
very
the proper role of
pissed
government.
off
The proper role
Miss
of government is
Parker.
to inform
Go
the public.
fuck
But
yourselves.
we believe in the United States of America about self-determination, that we get to make those decisions.
Yeah. This.
Is nothing yet live.
Don't piss around, please.
Fuck.